Alright. Hey, how's it going? Trying to get back in here and finish up this Forge Recipes rebuild. It's been a little while, been kind of busy, but I need to get it done because if you were joining us last time, you can see that the forgerecipes.com is down because I found a security issue while I was working on it. So, I figure we can try to get this back up as quick as possible, and we'll see how it goes. So, let me remember where we're at here. So we are. Let's just start from scratch, right? So we have different accounts here. We can log in. We can see. Obviously see the code here. We can choose to clone, which should have me log in, right? We'll go ahead and try to register. We'll register John Doe at johnandexample.com. Give a super insecure password. Registers. Then we have a John Doe, right? And so now we can clone, and we say John's new recipe. We hit clone. I spelled that wrong. Slug doesn't have default value. Okay, insert into recipes. Alright, so we do have a bug here. So when we are cloning, hopefully this code is large enough for you to see. If it isn't, feel free to hit me up on the chat and I can make it bigger. Matter of fact, I'll just make it bigger, one or two real quick, just to make sure. Let's see, this is the show page. Let's see, well, it doesn't need to be that big. Alright, so it's probably in the clone controller. So, okay, so we have a crate here. Recipes controller. Did we not? See, this is what you get when you haven't been working on it for a little while. You forget what you're doing. So we have a destroy. Yeah, we need some messaging. That'd be nice. And let's see. Yeah, I don't see. Looks like my daughter's out of bed. 1 second, I'll be right back. Sorry about that. 4-year-olds, they don't really want to sleep. All right, so let's take a look at where we're at, because let's see, this clone is hitting recipe store, which we did want. I think if I remember correctly, we combined. The store has 2 options here. Yeah, because they're still creating the same thing. The clone just takes you to a different page. So the real question is, why wasn't the slug getting set? Oh, I know why. So what we did last time is we loaded the old database, and that had some slug fields in it that we're not actually using. So that would be why. So if we remigrate the database, clear it all out, and we go back here, yeah, see, now we have fake text here. So I'm actually going to clear it completely out. There's nothing in here. Log in. Actually, I can't log in. I need to register. Apparently, I lost you guys at some point. I'm not sure what happened. Well, luckily I noticed pretty quick. Alright, well the stream seems okay right now. Ooh, it's kind of grainy. Doesn't look like we're getting... Alright, well we'll just keep rolling and hopefully it's worthwhile. If not, you know, people that join can let me know. Alrighty. Alright, so we got all that. So yeah, are we missing any key abilities from the original site other than I think we definitely want some notifications for different stuff. So new recipe. Yeah, I mean it does redirect back to the main thing, so that's not that bad. Cloning, that's okay. Yeah, clone from new recipe, and it does link you back. Delete definitely needs a confirmation. But other than that, I'm almost tempted to say, well, you know, we're pretty good. We don't have any options for staff picks, but we do have the database for it. I just switched to using Table Plus based on some stuff that I think Freek Vanderherten from Spotsy mentioned it, and I looked into it and it seemed really good. So that's what I decided to go with that. Okay, so staff picks currently just needs to be added in here. So if we add a recipe ID of 1, then we should have 1 staff pick, yeah. So this does create some interesting issues because we do have a migration from the old database to this new database that's slightly different. I shouldn't be playing with things that make noise while I'm streaming. So how about we add some confirmation to that delete button, and then we can maybe look at writing a migration from the database. Well, you know, I could manually create the migration. Sorry, I'm just trying to think of how best to get the database switched over. Alright, so I think we have everything here. Let me... Why does it always do that? Okay. So we need the show blade. Has the delete button, right? Yeah, recipes destroy. Here's our method. From action destroy, posting to here. So we need a confirmation here. And I think we're only using blade right now. I don't think we have any modal stuff brought in. That's not the file I wanted. There we go. So yeah, we do have Popper, but that's only, I think that's a leftover from default JS. Because I think Popper.js is just a mechanism to help you with confirmations and stuff like that, but it's not an actual modal window that we can use. So I can either roll my own, which is not the end of the world, or pull in some sort of package. Normally, I mean, I run in Vue.js, so I'd use this Vue.js modal package that's out there, which is really nice. But right now, we're not using any Vue components whatsoever. What does our layout have in it? Layout does have an ID of app. And we are pulling in Vue in the example component. We're just not doing anything with it. So we could pull in the Vue.js modal, which I'm tempted to do because it's the fastest way to get a modal up to confirm. So let's just do that because I just want to get it up and running. So this is the one I use in all my projects. It's really nice. Basically, you know, you can resize them in all your settings. It also has a an option for what is it called? Confirmation dialog. Let's see. Yeah, dialog here. So yeah, so when you import it, you just do this, and then you include this, and then you just show a dialog with whatever you want. So it's really nice. So we'll just use this here. And then up here, we'll just use Vimeo. I think I still need to import it. Yep. Yeah, we'll throw the import up at the top. I'm a semicolon kind of guy. And then, yeah, we'll just throw this dialog at the end of our, right before here. How about right here? Right, and then we just call it from here. So technically all our pages are using Vue, but we're just not taking advantage of it. So I think what I might do is kick this up here, add an @click handler on it, and run a delete recipe. And then I think we're gonna delete all this here. And I think for now we're just going to need to put it on here because we don't have any sub-elements. And we'll just log out some text here. And then this is the modal stuff, which we'll hide for now. So let's see how well this works. Delete recipe is not the final instance reference and render. Probably because we don't have a compiler going. Because we gotta recompile. Oops, sorry about that. There we go. And now we got to delete that recipe. Good. So let's uncomment this out and just we'll go with the default one here. We're not getting the Vue.js stuff. We are getting this. Very interesting. We have dialog use true. Let's double check we're making all params except text are optional. Dynamic modals. You must set dialog to true in plugin configuration, which we did. Dialog true. Add it to your project. We did. It's in here. Alright. Is it getting replaced properly? Let's look in here. Heavy dialog. We got some Vue stuff going on here. Oh, I don't think it's getting replaced. Because you should see a component here, except that this is still showing as Vue dialog. And look, it actually like wrapped that. That's weird. Element app. ID's app. Oh, see, look at that. See, ID is app. We put it outside the app because this is a footer. So we actually need this in here. Now we should have, yeah. There you go. Good. So now in here we can say title. How we do, are you sure? This action is irreversible. That's how you spell irreversible. I'm really terrible at this. See, look, spell it wrong. Buttons. So we have the handler, the button title will be triggered if the default if enter is pressed. So I don't think I like that. That's the third button. So we actually just want two buttons. We'll have a cancel, which I think I actually would want on the left there. We'll have one that says yes. I'm sure. So we'll double check this works here. Yes, I'm sure. Cancel. Okay. Now, can we? What other options are there? Title, default. So it doesn't look like we have any predefined styles. So yeah, they're just. So I don't. Classes. Buttons, handler defaults. Is there any more buttons, sections? Nope, just the one. So if we like add classes, let's see if we can just see if this exists. We got a BG red, what do we get? No BG red there. Nope. Wonder how you customize that. Let's see, dialog, color. Can't change the modal box style. Nope, didn't want to go to his profile. Alright, issue is open. Let's do dialog button. Key up, open model, transitions, type button, button CSS due to wrapper. There we go. Number 65. That's a good point. Actual use case. Do you know any problem with time to merge? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so class is maybe what I want instead of class is. Let's see. Hey, look at that. All right. So we had that in a text white, and let's give this some style. Maybe like a BG gray, lighter, and a text gray, darker. Yeah, it looks like we lost our padding though. So apparently it overrides the other classes, so we'll do a padding of, how about just a padding Y of 2. There we go. And maybe if we can get the title to be, it's probably gonna mess anything up, but like text, brand, what do we got? I don't even remember what the tailwind colors we choose are. Brand green. Oh, wrong window. Okay. Text brand green. Let's see what we get here. Alright, I'm going to turn this back on because. Alright, text brand green didn't do anything for us. Did it put the classes on here at all? Dialog, air experience, BG brand green. Okay, so here's the modal here. Nothing. So you switch into that for some reason. So is it that we need? I'm still in app here. Is it that we need class here? Let's see. Da. Oh, there we go. It's not bad. It's not bad. All right. Good. Okay, so this is our handler. So what I'm thinking is I should actually put the form back on that page, but I deleted it, so let's go and check out what I deleted. Yeah, so I think what I want to do is take this form, put it back on the page, but like not there. Maybe like down here by itself. And we'll take this out. And class invisible. I think that'll work. And then we'll like add a ref equals destroy recipe like this. And I think then I can go something like this. So we'll do var v this equals this. I don't need the console anymore. V this dot refs dot destroy recipe dot submit. And I think that'll do it. Let's see here. Well, did we delete it? I don't know, because I don't know which one it was. I thought it was a test one. Let's see if we can delete the new recipe. Bam. Looks like it's working. Working. Okay. So now we can delete recipes with a confirmation with a little bit of Vue.js work. I'll probably do another stream of extracting all this, but for now it's pretty decent. Alright, so let's just take a look back at these controllers. I want to ensure there's no security concerns here. Okay, so home controller just has an index. We're not doing anything with authentication or anything like that. Recipe clone controller just returns the view. That's good. Recipes controller. Index, the create, the show, that's fine. The edit, that's fine. I guess you could get to an edit page that is not yours. Let's open a new here. Not com, I need test, and I don't need HTTPS. Alright, let's register Bob here. Okay, so he creates a recipe. So we have Bob's recipe, recipe number 5, right? Now if he goes to edit it, that takes him to this URL. Now if I go to that same URL, I can edit it, or well, seemingly edit it, right? But if I try to edit it, it should not let me, because I'm pretty sure we, yeah, see, right? But it would probably be best if you couldn't even get to that. So I'm pretty sure we had, did we do policies on this, or did we just, yeah, store recipe form request? Did we authorize on the form request? We're just making sure you log in. Where did we do that? Did we do a policy? Yeah, so you can't delete. That's good. Update form request. Yeah, here we go. So yeah, this here, first or foul. So it's trying to find the recipe from the route identifier. And once we get the recipe, we check to make sure the authenticated user is the user ID on there. And that's what failed here. Store, anybody can store, you just have to be logged in. That makes sense, right? So we put it in the form request. But let's just add something similar to this here. Right? So if recipe ID doesn't match, you shouldn't be able to edit it. So if I go back to mine, well, let me steal that URL again. I go back to mine, should get 403, right? Because you shouldn't be able to even see the edit page for ones that you don't exist, that you don't have permissions for. Okay, well, all right. So I think that's good. Let's go ahead and do some commits here. So let me see hunk view. I like hunk view. Okay, so we switched that. That's good. We added that. That's good. We added that. And what do we do? Okay, so stage everything. We'll unstage this file. So add confirm modal for delete and require or only shows edit if user matches. Not the best commit messages, but it will do. All right, so at this point, I'm thinking so we have this. Now we have all the old data. I'm not sure I want to stream that necessarily because yeah, I mean, you'd be able to see people's email addresses and stuff like that from the existing data, which I don't think is appropriate. So I'll have to do the data migration myself. But what I think we can do is I think I want to install Nova, and we'll get Nova configured because I don't want to download invoices. I want to download the latest release. And the reason why I want to install Nova is because managing the staff picks and stuff would be much easier with Nova installed. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Let's see. Do I want to do it via Composer? Releases section, zip file, you need to install as Composer path, first unzip and over directory in the application's root directory. No, it's not because you remember stability setting. Zip downloading the zip, you may install Nova as a typical package, private status repository. I'm not sure I want to deal with this, so I think I'm just gonna drop it into the folder. So let's see here, downloads. I'm doing this off screen real quick because, well, I got lots of other files that, you know, y'all need to know about. Not that I got anything to hide, but yeah, it's just weird. There's like this weird thing in the back of my head of just like, who knows what I have out here on this computer? Like, you know, not that I know of anything off the top of my head, but you know, you work for an employer, they might not like how stuff you have on your computer, you know, showing up or whatever, so yeah. All right. So we're gonna go back here. So unzip contents, release a Node directory within your application's root directory. Add this to our repositories. So let's go and Composer JSON. I don't think we have a repository section at all, so we'll copy the whole thing. There we go. Now we got repositories. Unzipping. Make sure Nova 10 files so you get Nova file is included. Should be, because I didn't mess with that. Add Laravel Nova, star. Like this. And then Composer update. Of install and migrate. So we'll give it a second to run through here. Here we go. Download lots of stuff. Alrighty. So Artisan Nova install and Artisan migrate. Alright, after run this command, verify Nova source files that a private array in your app configuration files should be added manually. Default Nova. App using Nova resources. Blah blah blah. That's it. Okay. Well, let's see what we got when we go to /Nova. Boom, we're in. Okay. So we now need to flush out our different files. So let's go ahead and grab our Nova user. Well, actually, before we do that, let's commit. Let's ignore restore. Here. Don't need that. Composer, it did add it to the app file. Lots of Nova stuff, including the get ignore. Yeah, so we'll just change all this. Alright, now it's installed. Okay, so the real question is, do we have anything special on here? First name, last name. So we do have username, which is probably different. Yeah, so ID, name, and email. We should probably do username here. Right, so username, first name, last name, email. So I don't like the extra spaces in here, so I'm getting rid of them. So we have first name and last name. First name and last name. So there's some creation rules on here. Let's switch this and do username. Required it is not an email, so let's get rid of that. Should be able to sort on. Should be unique. And yep. Email, password. Okay. So let's see what we got here. There we go. So I don't think we're actually using the first name and last name anywhere. Ooh, I wonder, did the old site have a way for you to change any of that information? I don't think it did. That could be something we can add, definitely. Alright, so let's add a recipe. Art Nova resource recipe. So recipe. Wrong recipe. So let's get the table and then Nova recipe. Here we go. Alright, we got title, description, body. It's going to be very interesting. So title should be searchable. Description should be searchable. That's fine. We got the ID. So should have a text column called title. Another one called description. I think it's actually text area. Yeah. And we actually need to import this text one. And then I wonder if there is a CodeMirror Nova package, because because we don't currently have anything like that. Search back for code, QR code, create node package CLI. I don't know what this means. CPF, CNPJ. I have no idea. This must be some sort of address thing. Or it looks like it, I'm not sure. Tool permissions, 2FA, system information. Okay. So I don't see anything, unfortunately. Would have been really nice to be able to grab a field. Let's see what kind of fields we have here. Oh wait, there is a code field. Code make snippet. Look at that. I don't even need a custom one. So code make body. Import code. Alright, so let's see what we got for recipe here. Recipes, and if we view it, it is a code field. Look at that. Isn't that great? If we edit it, we have a code editor. That's great. And then we can do like a belongs to, field belongs to, and make, and we'll do user, right? And yeah, user, and then I think we'll have to do user ID like this. Comes from recipe user ID. Recipe app. Yeah, it says user. Belongs to user class. That should have been it. Oh, I bet you it's defaulting to display. Oh, yeah. So I think in your app user, yeah, title, represent the resource being displayed. It says name, but we want username. And I think that's how you're going to get it linked here. Yeah, see now, Bob, Image25. So this will allow me to edit anything I need to on the back end, messing with users or recipes. And that's generally what we need for recipes, I'm pretty sure. Oh, is private. That shouldn't be hard to add. Boolean, we want the Nova fields, make private, is private. And if we create a recipe, there should be a little checkbox, yeah. So if we do back in test some stuff here, lsdirr, ls-shell, I don't know. And then choose a person here, create recipe. Recipe was created. Now, if we go to the front end, yeah, and there you go. Perfect. It's great. All right. All right, so we have recipes, we have users. They link together. You can go here, you can see the user. The user doesn't have recipes listed, so let's do that. We have has many Nova field, and then make recipes. Is that it? Yeah, there it is. See, private. So it's green, which means it is listed as private. Did we mark it as private? So if we open it here, we still see it. So, are we doing anything with private yet? I don't think we are. This is something that I think is this feature that we wanted in the future, but I'm not sure we're doing anything with currently. Yeah, because here's your store and your update, and we're not doing anything with public-private. Let me look at the old database real quick. Let me do this. import. Sorry, it's just gonna take a minute here because I'm gonna look up the old database to see if I'm actually. Is this the one I want? Nope. This might be it here. Okay, yeah. So there is a private flag, but there's nothing on here. Yeah, no private ones. So we do have that that built in currently based on the table and everything or whatever, but as you can see we're defaulting it to 1, which means everything's going to be private by default, which that means you can't share anything. Well, I think we're going to need to update that. At least to get this launched, we're going to have to. Alright, so I'm going to change that now. Because all our index queries and everything, I think, are not. So I think we probably just want to do something like. Oh, this is the Nova. Alright, well, let's finish up the Nova stuff and then we'll come back to it. Alright, so we have a recipe. That's fine. We need to create a new Nova resource for staff pick. Right, and staff pick Nova, create staff picks table. So it really just has the recipe ID, which is gonna be really interesting. So it's gonna be belongs to make recipe. And then yeah, staff picks. Staff pick doesn't have a thing, so staff pick app, yeah. Recipe return this belongs to recipe class. And then this should work now. Recipe is blank. Why is it blank? Yeah. So yeah. So the other thing is the recipe's title's ID. It should actually be title. Which that should update this to say the name here. Yeah, ASDF. Yep. So this will allow me to quickly create new staff picks by just choosing the staff pick, and now I created it, and so now both of these, yeah. And if I go in here and I go actually delete this staff pick, bam. And this is the main reason why I wanted to use Nova, is because managing the stuff on the back end is going to be super simple. I don't need any fancy anything right now, really. Yeah. Nothing really fancy at all. So where do we go from here? I think we need to add some restrictions on Nova, because define resources, authorization. I don't want any of this. I want like who can access it, which I think you do a Nova service provider. Yeah, gate, view Nova. Gate determines who can access, not Volt, yeah. So user email is just me for now. Because I don't think we have anything in the create users table for like is admin or anything like that. Yeah. So currently it's just going to be my email address. So I can get in here, but if we do I still have that? Yeah. So I still have this Bob is in, and currently Bob can get in, right? Bob goes to /Nova, it works. But if I change the .env file to bdprod, now he gets a 403, but I can access it just fine. Right? And that's what we want. And let's just, you know, do some Nova config stuff. Nova site, we'll say forge recipes admin. And path can be, well, maybe we'll obfuscate it a bit. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter since you guys are watching, it's on the internet, so you guys are going to find it anyway. But it's probably best to change it. Yeah. Yeah. So. Alright, so if we refresh this, you get the Forge Recipes admin. Wait, why is that? Oh, it's probably just, yeah, because the .env is here, and it should be Forge Recipes.tests, which will probably update this guy to the main site. So it should actually probably just be Forge Recipes. Name of your application, yeah, this value is used when the framework needs to display the name of the application within UI or another location. Of course, you're free to change the value. Yeah. So it should just be Forge Recipes, because then that takes you to the main thing. And this takes you to the main Nova page here, so. Yep. Alrighty. Well, let's do some commits here. So, Nova. And yeah, okay, so set up Nova models, etc. Add relation to recipe, and then set recipes to be public by default. Then no capability for private recipes. All right, so that's that. So that then brings us to, I think, everything we need before we migrate the database and go live. So I just loaded the database. What's the difference between our recipe tables? We have user ID, parent ID is private, body, description, title. See, we just have title and body. They don't have description. Oh, there's description. Description, body, title. There's slug. So if we remove this slug table, or rather remove the remove this slug, because the slug's in the database, but it doesn't actually have a value. So if we drop the slug column here, we might be able to just load it. Staff picks, they have a deleted at column, which we don't really need. Users, first name, last name, username, email, password, remember token, yeah. So what I think I might do is can I just export this? Let's export users. Select fields to export. So, username, email, password. Create and update would be nice too. So, export. Let's see if this works. Now if we do file, import from SQL. Commands out of sync. You can't run this command now. Well, that sucked. Insert into users, username, email, password. Create that, update that. Why can't you do that? Alright, so if we clear out the existing table, can I then do it? I might need to keep the ID, and it's not automatically generating them. Maybe we'll try a new export and try a CSV. Looks like a CSV might work. Oh, are you serious? You cleared all that out? Sorry, I'm trying to do CSV import here. And I know I'm like looking dead at the camera, but that's because, you know, it's my MacBooks, whatever. Duplicate entry. Okay, so theoretically we now have a ton of users. Let's see if I can get these recipes imported, and we'll see what this looks like. Export CSV. Title, body, description, user. Oh, the user ID linking is gonna get me. All right. Well, I gotta figure this out. There's no reason to stay on the stream while I just, you know, tinker around with this database and try to get everything linked up. So hopefully I'll be able to get forgerecipes.com up and running here shortly, next couple days while I figure out this database migration. So hopefully nobody loses any of the recipes. Well, I mean, they shouldn't, because I have all the information. I have a database backup, so I just need to massage the database a little bit, and yeah, and then we should be good. So yeah, well, thanks for joining, and I will catch you guys later.